Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 94, Practice Set and Starred Problems. Okay. So in a bag were 2 red marbles. We're talking about probability, 3 white marbles, and 4 blue marbles. So let me write that down somewhere. 2 red, 3 white, 4 blue. Okay. If 1 marble is drawn from the bag and not replaced, then a second marble is drawn from the bag. What is the probability of drawing 2 blue marbles? Okay, so we're going to start with this. So if let's see what our total is. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4, so we have 9 total marbles. So the first time, the probability of a blue marble the first time is going to be 4 over 9. Okay, let's assume that I get a marble, or a blue marble that time. That's going to mean that my blue marbles become 3 and my total becomes 8. So the probability of a blue marble the second time is 3 out of 8. So the probability of 2 blue marbles is going to be equal to the probability of the first one times the probability of the second one, which is 12 over 72. I think 3 will go into each of these. So that's going to be 4 over, what is 72 divided by 3? 24. Oh, we could do it again. Let's divide by 4. So I have 1/6 is my answer. Okay. And then there's this second part. I don't know if this is supposed to be B or not. It says if, and I'll do this down here and change my color so you can see which one we're talking about. If 2 cards are drawn from a regular shuffled deck, that means there are 52 total cards to begin with. What is the probability that both will be diamonds? Okay, so in a regular deck, we have 14 of each suit. So we have 14 diamonds. 14 diamonds in a regular deck of 52 total cards. So the probability of a diamond the first time is going to be 14 over 52. Then, assuming we get a diamond the first time, we only have 13 and 51 left. So the probability of a diamond the second time is 13 over 51. So the probability of 2 diamonds is going to be 14 over 52 times 13 over 51. Boy, that looks ugly. Let's see what we get. So I get 182 over, good gravy, over this ugly thing. Let's see, does 6 go into that? Yeah. Does 6 go into 182? No. Okay, so we try again. 182 divided by 4. Nope. We might just have to do divided by 2. So let's divide by 2. Divide by 2. I get 91 over 1326. I don't think I can divide. That may be as far as I can go. 8 plus 4. 91 divided by 3? Nope. Let's just say that's it. Okay, next problem. Okay, starred problems. The number that is 20% less than 360 is what percent of 360? Ooh, this is a difficult one. So it's actually 2 steps. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to escape. Where'd my thing go? Oh, Narts, come on. There we go. I'm going to have to take 20% of 360. And then I'm going to have to subtract 20% from 360. And then I'm going to have to find out what percent that number is of 360. So we've got like all of the steps here. All of the steps. So let's just change our... Okay, so let's do this first part. 360 times 0.20, which is the decimal form of 20%, gives me... is that right? 72. So 20% of 360 is that. So then I'm going to have to subtract that from 360. Minus 360, which is 288. And then I'm going to need to find out 288 is what percent of 360. So we cross multiply. And I get... I get 80%. It's a lot of steps to get to where we need to be. Okay. During the sales, shirts were marked down, so we're going to be subtracting 20% to $20. That's our sale price. What was the regular price? So this is going to be an original change new. Original change new. Original change new. And we know that when we do original change new, our 100% goes at the top, right? Actual. And here we're subtracting 20% because it was marked down, so our new is 80%. It's marked down to $20, so that's our new cost. We want to know what the normal cost is. So here's the two rows we're going to use to make our proportion. Cross multiply. Okay, 2,000 divided by 80 is 25. So originally these shirts cost $25 and they're on sale for $20. Okay, use 2 unit multipliers to perform each conversion. So I kind of have an A and a B here. So let me do A. Actually, let me write our formula out. So we have given times unit multiplier is equal to our answer. So in A, we're given 144 feet squared. We're going to have to multiply by 2 unit multipliers to get yards squared. And I know that 3 feet is in 1 yard. And I want to put the yards on top because that's what I want over here. And since we have feet squared, we're going to need 2 of these unit multipliers. So we have 2 feet, and 2 feet, and then yards squared. So I end up with 144 times 1 times 1 over 3 times 3. And that gives me 16 yards squared. I'm going to have to erase, or maybe let me just change the color to do B. Let me erase. This is not working. We're just going to erase it all. Oh, wow. That was amazing. Okay. So if you didn't get that, you can go back. You can rewind. But again, this is given times unit multiplier because it says we need 2 equals our answer. So for the second one, I have 1 kilometer. I know I'm going to have to multiply by 2 things to get to millimeters. So let's take kilometers. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters, and then 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. So kilometers cancel and meters cancel, and I have millimeters, which is what I wanted to begin with. So this is 1 times 1,000 times 1,000 over 1 times 1. So we have 1,000 times 1,000, which is a large number. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, analyze this. If x is equal to this, no problem. We're going to plug this in to right here. So I have y is equal to 4 times negative 2 minus 3. So I'm going to do this multiplication first. Positive 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 8 minus 3. And this is going to be negative 11. Think of this as, that's an 8, not a snowman, as that. Okay, and that's your answer. All right, let's change colors. What is 200% of 750? So that's my of. What is my is? And 200% is where we're going to start. So 200% is per 100. Is over of. So my of is 750. And I don't know what my is. Okay, so I'm going to cross multiply 100x, 200 times 750. 100x is equal to 200 times 7.5 is 1500. Divide, x is equal to 15. Okay, and that's A. Let's change colors for B. What is 200% more than 750? Okay, so if I know what 200% of 750 is 15, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that, and this is 200% more than, because this is 200% of 750. Wow, that doesn't even look like English. Good grief. So this is 522.50 is 200% more. All right. Find the missing numbers in the table by using the function rule. Let's go ahead and start that. So when I plug in 1, I get 3. When I plug in 0, I get 0. And when I plug in negative 1, I get negative 3. So check. Graph the function. You got it. So I have 1, 3, which is right here, 0, 0, and negative 1, negative 3. And then this goes like this, like that. Check. Is it directly proportional? So we need 3 things for it to be directly proportional. 1, it's got to go through the origin. Check. 2, it has to go up and to the right. Check. 3, it has to be a line. Check. So the answer is yes. All right, let's change gears here. Solve this inequality and graph it. So remember, we're going to kind of treat this as an equals for right now-ish. And this is a 2-step equation. So the very first step is that we're going to get rid of the 5. We've got to get x by itself. So right now I'm subtracting 5, so I'm going to do the opposite of subtraction. My 2x is just going to come and hang out. My less than sign hangs out. Negative 1 plus 5 is going to be positive 4. And then my second step is to divide. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And I get x is less than 2. So I'm going to circle 2, but I'm not going to color it in. And then the arrow points this direction. Okay. All right, these are also 2-step equations. So the first thing I'm going to have to do, and I'm trying to get to p equals something. So the first thing I have to do is opposite of addition. So I have to subtract 4 from both sides. That means this goes away. My 1.2p just comes down. My equals comes down. 28 minus 4 is 24. And then my second step is to divide by 1.2. That makes 1. This is equals 24 divided by 1.2 is 20. Okay, and I'm going to stop the video there. We'll do 26 on part 2. Feel free to rewind and rewatch if you need to, and take notes and pause. And let me know if you have any questions. Part 2 is coming up.